Hello guys, how are you doing? So, welcome back to my reactions, and as you can see I'm going to be watching episode 11 of Lord El-Melloi 2 case files today. So, the last episode was a bit confusing and we got to see a lot of information about some characters and specifically Olga and Trisha. So, we basically learned that Olga was abandoned by her own father when she was still young during the Holy Grail War 7 years ago. And it was mostly because her father discovered something during that war, and Trisha was basically investigating like that and what basically caused that lord and Olga's father to abandon his own daughter. So she basically, I feel like she might have like discovered too much by now, and she was maybe targeted by some people who kind of wants to keep that a secret. And she, like, using her eyes, I think she predicted her own death, and she was expecting to die during that moment. So she probably thought it was a better idea to just take her own life by herself and basically leave some kind of proof behind for others to investigate and to basically continue her search for the truth. So it was curious to know that while she was inside of that thing, her head only, she was kind of like still alive, like not entirely alive, but she like time was stopped inside of that thing. So when they finally opened that, using her last breath, she was able to spell a single word, and it was Karabo, basically the name of the Holy Church guy. So that basically makes him the biggest suspect right now, and that policies girl was like really showing a lot of details about like why he's so suspicious. And eventually, this sort of figure just came and took his eyes for the auction. So yeah, there was like a lot of things evolved there, but it's quite clear that somehow this guy is related to this whole situation. I just don't know why she spelled his name, but that's something to probably discover during these next episodes until the anime finishes. And we also got to discover, and mostly because of Gray, that she mentioned at the end the necklace that she saw at that moment as well. Basically, the necklace that Trisha used and that I saw like dropping along with her own ads some episodes ago. So I was always curious if that necklace was actually like relevant and important to all of this, and it seems that it might actually be. So it's quite good to see Waver back as well, and he now has like a biggest interest on this, and is going to start investigating, and he sees the one who did this as his enemy. So yeah. Anyway, I believe the first step is going to be about finding the whereabouts of that necklace, and that thing might actually be like the key for all of that, all of the situation, and it might give us like a good clue about whoever did this. So I don't know if anything is going to be revealed during this episode. We are almost at the end. We have like 3 episodes left. So yeah, some things are probably going to be revealed at some point, and I can't wait for it. Like so far, I'm enjoying this anime a lot. Like just by watching Waver back, it's already really good. As I really enjoyed watching him during Fate Zero, and watching his grown-up version and how he is right now is really amazing, and I really love his character. So yeah. Also, I really love Gray as well. And the last episode kind of implied that I don't know if it implied or not, but we saw 2 episodes ago that Waver was talking about this invocation and something like that. And from what I understood, it was a way to like kind of incarnate someone and make them like remember like about their past and all of that. And it kind of seemed like it was something that he wanted to do with Iskandar, like a way for him to be with Iskandar and having him remember him. But I'm not sure about that anymore. But it seems like Gray is exactly the same. She's basically a Saber or uh, King Archer, but I don't know if it's exactly like that or not. It's just like something that crossed my mind. It might not be like related to the invocation or anything, but I'm still like really curious about like the how Gray actually appears into that world, because we already know she's related to King Archer and she's basically her. But I don't know. It's something that I hope that gets explained, and I just can't wait for it. Anyway, enough talking, and I'm just like really curious for this episode and to see how this is going to end. So I hope you guys are ready, and let's start the episode. Oh, they're talking about her. Oh, he's Noble Phantasm. Yeah, about that. This guy. Oh, they delayed the auction. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, there's Olga. Man, she must be so affected by all of this. Feel really sad about her. Like the first time I saw her was in Fate Grand Order, and it wasn't for long. So I'm just happy to see her again, but sad at the same time to learn more of her story. Mostly because it's a sad one. She doesn't have a. She's not having like an easy time. Never imagined that she was abandoned. But gladly she had Trisha with her. But now she doesn't anymore, so she's basically alone there. That makes me really sad. I'm really just curious about Grey as well. I want to know why she's there. We already know kind of who she is. I still don't know why she was in that graveyard, why Waver met her. Like, how did someone who's basically King Archer just appeared? Hmm, yeah. They're basically the same person. All three? I mean, he was not. Oh, damn. She's just so sad. I know she always wanted to. Damn. She just wanted to be recognized for something. Yeah. Yeah, she wants it. She's so adorable. I can feel her pain. She's just like afraid of trying, and in the end, she just wants to be recognized. And she hates to see like everyone being recognized for their efforts, but she never was probably. Hmm. Oh, about this again. Yeah, exactly. She didn't knew about that. Yep. She probably found out about too much. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Really? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. They want to benefit out of this as well. Damn. Hmm. Right. The necklace. She saved it. Nice. Yep. What is that? Hmm. Like they're like fighting each other to see who solves the case or who gets the truth. Hmm. This is getting really interesting. Damn. Just like that. So many. Just like that. How much money do these guys have? With those eyes from Karabo. 70, 80, 90, 100. Damn. What the? They have that amount of money? 200. Wait, she already spent like 40. She still has. How rich are these guys? Or the ones they work for? Damn. How are you going to pay for that waiver? Shaking. Damn, this waiver is crazy. Yep, yep. So it's a win-win. Yeah, looks like that. Like so fair. Okay. Yep. Hmm. These two guys. Oh no. It's getting the millions like that. It just got 50 million. 130 million. All the deals he made. Man, this guy is spending so much just for this moment. Hmm. Oh. Oh yeah. It's always like coughing blood. Damn. Keeps increasing. Is it going to 1 billion? These guys are just like, what? It's it's really not fair that this one can bid. Oh, that's a limit. Oh no. They really want those eyes, or she really wants them. What is that? The necklace? Hmm. Holy shit! Now this is insane. This is insane. Just having her head there like that. So creepy. Oh. Yeah. Is there more to it? Hmm. Really? It's crazy. Hmm. That necklace. Hmm. Yeah. Who's that? What the? Damn, what is that? That's so crazy. I feel like the next episode might reveal something really big. Like who's the mastermind behind all of this. So Waver just did like a lot of points and he mentioned a lot of things and basically implied that this was something that happened 7 years ago. Uh, I couldn't like quite understand it that well, but it was something that Trisha could not avoid. And I don't know. It was a bit confusing. I might need to rewatch it again, like this part. There's just like so much going on. It's really hard to keep track on everything. But they're basically getting into it, and so something is like happening to Trisha's head, and they kind of imply that even if the head is cut, they're like still alive somehow. I'm not sure about what's exactly going on, but hopefully by the end I understand most of it. Right now, I feel like the next episode might explain a lot of things. So yeah, that was the end of this one. Anyway, this episode adds lots of information as well, just like the previous one. And now it's clear, like Waver said, that the culprit behind all of this is also the one who stole the relic and all of that. So it's related to the same person. Anyway, there's also this doubt about Ephaestion and if it's like really her and not a servant claiming to be her. Uh, as it seems that he never saw her in that reality marble that Iskandar has, his noble phantasm, basically. So there's still like something to learn about that, and it just mentioned that there's only one person who's capable of doing this, and I'm not quite sure like who it is. I actually have like no idea, but it's apparently going to be explained in the next episode. I mean, as soon as he said that, something happened with her ads. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm really curious about it. Anyway, I also I always had the idea since I started watching this anime that it could like be a bit confusing because of all of these like the tactics stuff and like investigating these things, and it becomes like really confusing sometimes, and it's hard to understand everything as you are watching, and it kind of requires you to like go back and watch some parts again to like completely understand it. So that's something that I will probably have to do, and of course you guys are free to help me out as well on this. But I am enjoying it so far. I just have like lots of questions, and I hope that these next two episodes, the final ones, that they explain a bit more and they make everything clear. Anyway, this was like also a really insane moment when they were like just bidding for those eyes like crazy. I never imagined that they could like go so high, and that other girl was even going to 500 million, which is insane. And at the same time, I feel like it was unfair for the girl, like the girl from the policies, to be bidding for these eyes, since that amount of money or most of it is going back to the policies, so she won't be losing much. She would just be losing on some commissions and all of that. But yeah, it's kind of like not fair, because in the end, she won't be spending as much as the others. So yeah, but anyway, this like all of this auction was interrupted by waiver, and now we have this situation about like the true perpetrator of all of this, and like whoever did all of this killing, and basically the mastermind, like he was saying. And it seems like the mastermind of all of this, like the big culprit, was also manipulating Karabo, from what I understood. So yeah, it's something that I need to rewatch again, this last part. But it's definitely really interesting, and I'm really just like curious to fully understand everything. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this episode, and if you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. And you can also join my Discord and my Patreon if you want to get early access to my full reactions. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode, so see ya!